And live from the rinks, it's Wednesday night hockey on the Long Island Sports Network, your home for all Suffolk County High School Hockey League action. Welcome everyone, my name is Jack Ziskin on the call for the final quarterfinals game here tonight in the JV division. If you're just joining us, then you may not be that surprised to know that Smithtown Hauppauge, they beat Middle Country 8-1, so the number 1 seed moved on, and surprise, surprise, the number 2 seed did the same. Pat Med taking down Longwood 8-2. And on the other side right now, SCHSHL currently has a 2-0 lead over St. Anthony's, and we'll be monitoring that game as the night progresses. And right now it's been the usual suspects for SCHSHL. Tyler Anderson, Caden Marcus finding the back of the net. But right here, right now, we have East Islip versus KPC. It's going to be Patrick O'Shea in between the pipes for the East Islip Chiefs, and on the other side, no surprise to see Jackson Murray starting in net for the Knights. And it's an exciting matchup. The only meeting between these two teams ended in a 3-3 tie, and here tonight, that won't be an option. Exciting matchup, a very strong EI team, a very strong Knights team. Both squads had a lot of players called up to the varsity level, and we're going to start out with EI. Tierney Resinello, their leading scorer in all major categories, goals, assists, points. He even has the dubious distinction of leading them in penalty minutes, though I will admit, only 20 penalty minutes. One of the least penalized teams in the league, EI. They might actually be the least penalized. I'd have to double check that. And the least penalized is St. Anthony's JV goal, but they're pretty low. They're pretty low. Irregardless, I digress. Resinello, 25 goals, 14 assists, 39 points JV level. Has 40 if you mix in the assists she had with the varsity squad when he assisted on EI's second leading scorers. First career varsity goal. That's Peter Marizito. Those two are 2 of the 4 call-ups. The other 2 being Iko Stavropoulos and Emmett Galar, the defenseman for this Chiefs squad. And for the Knights, Connor Coco got a game at the varsity level. Ryan Honigman got a game at the varsity level. Jack Frank got 2. Only Knight who had that distinction. A really strong squad at this level. And last year's varsity squad for the Knights, pretty young too. Maybe we'll start to see that trend continue because, you know, they got a lot of production out of Ryan Walsh this year at the varsity level. He was one of their key pieces down the stretch, and they've got a lot of exciting young talent on this roster as well. Not the least of which is Gavin Bocard, who leads them in assists and points. 10 assists, 28 points on the season. The aforementioned Ryan Honigman, who got 1 game at the varsity level, well, he averaged a goal per game. So you're going to get your chances if you score 20 goals in 20 games. There aren't many coaches who are going to look at that and not be happy with what you're doing. So we should have a fun one in for you here tonight. It's the 4 seed and the 5 seed KPC on the visiting bench. So EI has the last change. And in a matchup like this, one that'll go down to the wire, you'll take any advantage you can get. And here tonight, it's going to be a hard-fought game. It's going to be a very competitive game, and only one team can move on, but neither side is going down without a fight. And this should be a fun one. If you haven't had a chance to check out our quarterfinals preview, that is already live on the LI Hockey website. If you're looking for more information on that, you can follow the @LI Sports Network on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. You can check out our social media pages. All that stuff is up live. We'll be doing a lot of content on that. We'll have content from Saugerties, which is the varsity level states this season. As we mentioned, a lot of players this level have already gotten their first taste of varsity action. In EI's case, they got a lot of players who they're going to make the jump to the next level next season. There's very few, I don't want to say few alternatives, that makes it sound like they wouldn't want to call them, they will, but the reality is EI had 11 seniors, KPC had 6 or 7. There's going to be turnover. That's just the nature of how this sport is played. Nature of high school sports in general, actually. Face off at center. Resinello versus Coco, and we're about to get underway. You might notice our new scoreboard. A little sneak preview of what you'll be getting next season, as well as in Saugerties this weekend. Connor Coco curling away from pressure. Moves it to the point. Jacobs faked a shot, chipped it to himself off the wall. Sashayed on for Jacobs and thrown out of the corner, sent towards the front, and ends up being redirected wide. Coco sends it off the back of the net, sent towards the front, comes all the way out to Torrey, poked off his stick by James Walsh, and Jack Frank rescues it, moving it over to Corey Jacobs, who escapes 2 forecheckers. Picking up speed now, entering the zone, looking to split the defense, poked away by Emmett Galar. Comes out to the point, Jack Frank. It's Drew Argilla. Galar pressuring. Peter Marizito looking for a clear. It's held in by Torrey. Sent towards the front, it was redirected. Now, Chiefs heading up ice. Resinello enters. Knocked off the puck, and that's playoff hockey for you. Walsh battling with Torrey in the corner, Witchert supporting. Puck comes to Resinello beneath the goal line, looking for a pass towards the front. Jackson Murray got a piece of it. Second attempt, Witcher gets a pass. Shot is redirected before it reaches the net. You don't want to give Resinello that kind of time. He's a very skilled player. You've already seen him pull off New Michigan this season, and not in garbage time, to say the least. Frank got a piece of that pass. Stavropoulos rescued it. Now Honigman to Kovacs. Shot on net, O'Shea. Rebound is loose. Still free, battling for it. Comes out to the point, sent towards the front. Deflected away. Towards the front again. Honigman in the slot. Ebley supporting. Knights trying to secure possession. EI Saccone gets the clear. Pass across, ends up resulting in a near turnover. Chiefs holding it at the line. Stavropoulos' shot glancing off the glass. Ebley beneath the goal line, sending it towards the wing. Kovacs trying to force that out past Umberzat. He does. Stavropoulos supporting. Forced free. Honigman across, off the wall. Skating into it, it's Kevin Abrams. Sent towards the front, redirected, it goes off of O'Shea, and EI picking off a pass towards the slot. It's Logan Barton picking up speed. Looking to slide towards the inside. Ends up dropping it off. Saccone's shot turned aside by Murray. Peter Marizito racing after it. Under pressure. And we get a whistle here, and that puck looks like it got caught in his skate. Right in between the blade and the boot. Don't see that every day. 12:16 remaining in the period. Face-off is initially controlled by EI. KPC forced to change possession, but now Chiefs have control. Puck came to Connors, but ended up with Torrey. And these two squads now resetting. Mezzasalma on the forecheck. For KPC, but EI gets the clear. Connors pushing it ahead. Chaco on the forecheck. Jacobs collects off the wall, trying to find Mezzasalma. Connors got a piece of it. Mezzasalma has it. Enters. Trying to slip free, can't. No Gavin Bocard here tonight for the Knights, and key piece for them. Now Mezzasalma, though, heading in. Tried to drag it across. EI with the poke check, breaking that play up. Puck leaves the zone, and Brown forcing a turnover. Nick Torrey up the wall. Will Bozeman trying to send that one ahead. Puck is intercepted at the line. Horodisky nearly forcing a turnover. Bozeman got it back. Now looking to lead the charge up ice. Knights marching into the Chiefs zone. Shot blocker to side. Came out in the corner. Both teams battling for it, but Stavropoulos now carrying it up ice. Enters. Fires. Goes over the net. Foray looking for it. Sends it towards the front again. Picked up by Ragusa. sent towards the slot, but it's deflected. Ebley against Foray. EI trying to get to work on the cycle. Horodiski to the point. Galar holding it in, spinning, sending it into the opposite corner, near side. And now Mika against Galar, Chiefs defender, sending it back in. Knights get it back out, and we get a whistle and an icing. 10:07 remaining in the period. Face-off is one back by EI. Shot attempt was blocked. Coco flipping it ahead. Frank on a breakaway, coming in. Shot, scores! Jack Frank opens the postseason scoring for the Kings Park Commack Knights. It's 1-0 KPC, and it doesn't get much prettier than this. Connor Coco head manning that one to Jack Frank, and makes no mistake, bar down. And just like that, KPC has the first lead of the game. It's 1-0 Knights. And the ensuing draw has been won by KPC. And you may notice our new goal banner. Jack Frank assisted by Connor Coco. Just something else you'll be able to see in Saugerties and next season as well. Try and work it in a little bit this season too, but still in the early testing stages. Jacobs to Frank. Hungry for a second, carrying it around the net. Under pressure, poked away. Marizito battling. Frank in the corner. Chiefs looking for a clear. They send it up the near side wall. It pops out in the slot after it's held in initially by DeRosa. Now heading up ice, Tierney Racinello. Shot ends up redirecting off Jacobs. Sent towards the front. Jacobs got a piece of it. Jack Frank now picking it up, carrying it up ice, entering. Makes a nice move cutting towards center, but can't settle it. Good defensive play. And Stavropoulos pitches it out of the zone. D to D to Rosa. Lead pass, and it's offsides. Logan Barton. That time as EI had yet to check up, and with 8:37 remaining, face off just outside the KPC zone. They win it back. Ebley chips it out. Stavropoulos pass deflected by Kovacs. KPC still battling for it. Abrams got a piece of it. A nice poke check by Ebley. Has a younger brother who's goaltender for, I believe, the freshman Knights squad. Kovacs battling for it. Stavropoulos can't get the better of him that time. Emmett Galar collecting it in the corner. Sends it up that strong side wall. Turnover forced by Kovacs. Sent towards the front. It's poked out. Abrams in a battle with Sophia Penny. And EI sends that one out of play with Stavropoulos. And if you're wondering how you're able to tell the pennies apart, considering they have the same first initial and the almost identical numbers 14 and 15, they do it intentionally to confuse you. I can say that as someone who coached both of them. It is intentional. It is for the sheer purpose of frustrating their own coaches. But all jokes aside, real smart players. It was a pleasure coaching them. And it'll be a defensive zone draw for the Chiefs. Abrams is adjusting his neck guard, so he'll head to the bench. They're going to make a line change here. Looks like Bokar might be the player on the bench wearing a helmet, so because KPC does have one player standing there, so if he's out of the lineup, I would presume that's why. Torrey sending it towards the front. Redirected. Sophia Penny looking for a clear. Shot towards the net. Loose. Sam Penny backhands that one up, but not out. Knights do a good job holding it in initially. Honeyman cutting towards center. Hands it off. Belcastro's shot is blocked by Penny. Battling for it down low. Comes to Kovacs on the cycle. Kept to the outside. Looking to get back to work, finding Honigman. Penny forcing a turnover. Versing it to the weak side. Sophia Penny on the attack. Puck comes to Barton. Back to Penny, who ends up nearly hitting her father that time. Shot from the point, redirected, and Knights looking to settle it. Mezisama shot, turned aside by O'Shea. Pascal on the attack, forcing a turnover before Schmallenberger can get the clear. Galar collects beneath the goal line, sending it towards the front. DeRosa trying to hold that one in and comes loose. Knights looking to reset. Pass comes to Belcastro. Tied up with Schmallenberger. Ebley hasn't. Looks like we're getting a whistle here and a penalty against the Knights. Call will go against Dominic Belcastro, so with that, a power play for EI, a chance to even the score. 6:37 remaining in the period. It's a one-score game, and Tierney Racinello on the dot against Matt Pascal. Pascal got the better of him that time, and Marizito prevented the clearing attempt. Handed it off to Racinello. Gave it right back, walked in, shot, ends up ricocheting off. I believe that was Tyler Witchert, and now Tierney Racinello curling in the corner. Under pressure, Pascal trying to force it free. James Walsh racing after it, but Corey Jacobs near side corner pinning the puck. Witchert supporting. Puck comes out, and DeRosa fires that one all the way down. Mezza-Salma racing after it. O'Shea looking for an outlet pass. Makes a nice one to Marizito, who hands it off to Tyler Witchert. Try to give it right back. Two EI players, Walsh and Racinello, get tied up there, so it's a turnover. And Jacobs fires that one down. Good work by Barton batting that one down, but Pascal on the forecheck and Mezza-Salma too. Knights keeping the Chiefs in their own zone. And as Marizito moves it to Barton, EI re-enters. A minute has elapsed on the power play. James Walsh on the forecheck after that shot. Ricocheted off the boot of a defender. Barton cutting in towards the slot. Shot blocked. Rebound is loose. Sent wide of the net. Walsh and Racinello chasing after it. Can't get the second attempt on net, and the Knights get a crucial clear here. They'll get two fresh forwards out on the kill, and Witchert leads Marizito. Carries it in. Drops it off. Racinello's shot redirected. 20 seconds remaining. Walsh on the forecheck, but the puck comes to Brown. Tries to slip past Marizito. Can't. Bozeman chips it in. O'Shea comes out to play it. Backhands it into the near side corner. Bozeman on the forecheck. Chiefs trying to settle it. They have possession. The power play will expire. They couldn't find the back of the net, but Tierney Racinello entering. Poked away, and Knights looking for a clear. Tyler Witchert likes to regroup in neutral. Sends a pass up the wall to Tierney Racinello. Dropped off for James Walsh. Sent towards the front, but it's deflected. Recollected by the Chiefs forward. Sent towards the slot. Racinello's shot is blocked. Ebley poking it out, picking up speed. Knights have numbers if they hurry. Nico Stavropoulos, the only defenseman back, and forces Ebley to the outside. Brown racing after it, sends it towards the slot. It's deflected by Walsh. Headmanning it, now it's a 3-on-1 for EI. Racinello looking to Barton. Finds him, shot, turned aside by Murray. Puck is loose, kicked out in the slot. Flipped up, out. It's gonna sputter out before it reaches the goal line. O'Shea collects, Bozeman pressuring. Sent towards the weak side, and Knights in the middle of it clear too, and we get a whistle here. We'll wait and see what the call is here. Looks like Tierney Racinello heading to the box, and that first minor penalty that went against Dominic Belcastro for hooking the second going against East Islip for too many men. Racinello will serve it, and a golden opportunity for the Knights to maybe find the back of the net and potentially take a 2-goal lead. Face off, won by the Chiefs. Racinello sending it to the weak side. It's deflected out of the zone by Connors. D to DeRosa to Jacobs. Moves it along for Coco, and DeRosa curls, resets. D to D. Jacobs gave it right back to DeRosa, dropped off for Coco. Knights forward, stutter step enters, looks for a drop pass, finds Jack Frank, who escapes, cuts in, ends up leaving it for DeRosa. Moves it D to D, goes off the wall. Jacobs tried to lead that one ahead, and then a shot that's deflected goes wide. DeRosa trying to one-hand that one back into the zone. Can't. Barton coming up ice against Jacobs. Shot from the outside is punched out by the blocker of Murray, and Knights now looking up ice. Lead pass comes to Frank, tied up by Barton, drops it off for Coco. Shot glancing off the glass, got a lot on it, but it wasn't on net. Jacobs makes his man miss, ends up handing it off to Frank inadvertently, I believe, and tried to move it right back, and now has beneath the goal line, cutting in, shot turned aside, puck is loose, battling for it, comes out towards the point, held in, comes to Coco, moves it back across. DeRosa shot, ends up careening off the end boards. 35 seconds remaining on the power play. Frank battling for possession beneath the goal line, comes up but not out of the zone. Chiefs, Connors gets it out. Barton trying to slip past Jacobs. 25 seconds remaining on the man advantage for the Knights. They've had a lot of zone time, a couple of shots off, but right now Jacobs under pressure from Walsh. Reversing it to the weak side. Coco will collect, and looking to headman it to Barton. Correction, looking to headman it. Barton picked it off. Marizito walked in, shot sailing over the net. That'll do it for the Knights power play. A strong start, not necessarily the finish they were looking for. And now pass comes to Coco with Frank. 2-on-1. Cutting to the outside, wants Frank on the back door. That pass was deflected. Couldn't create the space in time. We get a whistle here, and that came off. 1:18 remaining. It's been a very tightly contested game. Knights not giving up much, Chiefs not giving up much. The lone goal from Jack Frank on a breakaway. Left wing dot, that's where the face-off will be. Honeyman versus Chaco. Puck comes out of the zone. Marizito racing after it. Torrey one-hands it over to Ebley. Ahead for Kovacs. Slips past him. Honeyman on the forecheck. Knights put it in off sides. They have to check up. O'Shea coming out to play it. Umverzant pitching it ahead. Ends up with Torrey. Looks D to D. Doesn't like what he sees. Pass is deflected to Kovacs. Knights enter. Delayed offsides is the call, so they have to check up. Schmallenberger under pressure. Honigman forcing him to chip it in. Ebley can't box him out, and Chiefs have possession, sent towards the front. Comes all the way out to the point. Umverzat's shot is blocked. Comes out of the zone. 30 seconds remaining in the period. Emmett Galar with possession. Couldn't find the D-to-D look under pressure. Sent it all the way down. Will get an icing, and 24.3 seconds remaining. An offensive zone draw for EI. Correction, for KPC. A back and forth period. Neither team giving up much, and you get the feeling that this next goal could be not just crucial, but maybe even the decider. Battle for possession in the left wing corner. Abrams has it. Knights send it towards the front. Honeyman wants a wraparound. Can't find it. Cutting in, backhand, poked off his stick. Knights have possession. Saccone looking to press. And that'll do it for the period as Honeyman goes down trying to break that one up. And after 15 minutes. It's 1-0 KPC. The lone goal of the period belongs to Jack Frank. We're going to take another look at that one as we head to this brief 1-minute intermission, and Coco forcing the turnover there, flipping it ahead to Frank, who slipped behind the defense and just makes no mistake. Just a beautiful, beautiful shot there, and right now that's the difference maker. And like we mentioned, we did a preview on these rosters, and admittedly, I again don't do this just to pump my own tires, but I expected Gavin Bocard to lead the charge here tonight. Instead, it ends up being Jack Frank, his teammate, both with the Knights and with the AAA Long Island Royals. Who has led the charge here tonight. And just 2 penalties as well. It's been very tightly contested. Officials letting him play, and we've gotten a lot of fast-paced transition hockey because of it. Face-off will be at center. Long change for both squads. And a penalty coming to Ryan Honigman. Didn't see the arm up at the end of the period. My apologies for that. And looks like EI heading to the power play as that call came right at the end of the first period. Tripping on that potential breakaway for Stacone. And with that, we'll get a defensive zone, correction, we'll get a face-off at center. Looks like officials sent the injured player away from the bench for sitting behind the glass, so face-off is won back by the Chiefs. Resinello had it, but a turnover forced. Brown, correction, Mezzasalma chipping in. Misread the number on that one. Resinello has it. Looking up ice, wanted Walsh. Pass was deflected. Ebley blew a tire, nearly got the clear regardless, but now Marizito heading up with Walsh. Can't get a pass off on potential odd man rush. Resinello walking the line. Shot ends up being blocked before it could be redirected. Resinello recovering. Mezzasalma keeping him to the outside. Marizito moving it D to D. Emmett Galar stepping in. Tried to snap that one on net. Ends up being redirected. Glances off the glass. Resinello to the slot. Marizito's shot turned aside, and seeing his elder brother Anthony, who plays for East Islip's varsity squad, will be Socrates bound in his senior season. But Peter tends to gravitate towards the same areas in the slot and has a pretty good track record of putting the puck in the net himself. Walsh pressuring. Resinello with it, moves it up along the wall. Barton drops it off for Peter Marizito, walking in to Resinello. Shot from an off angle off the back of the net. Marizito collects the loose puck to Resinello, to Barton. That goes awry. Mezzasalma pouncing on it, looking up ice. Splitting the defense, coming in, one-handed over, shot from Pascal, deflected. Strong defensive play there for the Chiefs. 19 seconds remaining. Pascal trying to kick that one to his stick. He couldn't. Galar forcing a turnover. Tierney and Resinello looking up ice. And Chiefs look to re-enter. 5 seconds remaining on the power play. Barton shot, sails wide, skips out, loose in the slot, and the puck comes free. That'll do it for the power play. Knights re-enter. looking to find the back net. Bozeman's shot turned aside by O'Shea. EI has numbers if they hurry. Pass comes to Barton, moving it over to Racinello. They're at the end of their shift, and it's offsides. Face off, one back. Mika end up resetting it to the fence. Now Bozeman coming in 2-on-1. Tried to move that one across. Didn't really have an angle. Brown sent it towards the front. Chaco broke it up. Sam Penny headmans it. Went off a linesman, and now EI recovers, so no harm, no foul. Connors battling for it. Stavropoulos, shot redirected, they score! The rebound, Kaylee Chaco finds the back of the net. And it's gonna be Nico Stavropoulos who fires the initial shot. And you're gonna watch here, gets redirected by, that was, I believe, Jack Connors, and looks like officials are discussing something currently. We'll just let them sort that out on their own and go from there. Face-off was won by the Knights. They're looking to press. It's a 1-1 game. Kaylee Chaco tapping that one home, and you'll see our board. Goal banner, Kaylee Chaco with the goal, Jack Connors picking up the assist. Nico Stavropoulos, I don't see him credited on the official score sheet. I would assume that's just an error on my part, considering he fired the shot that was redirected. Now Coco coming in, trying to send that one towards the slot. Is going down as he did. Attempted clear, goes off the partition. Jack Frank settles it. Partition between the last, that is, now comes to the front. Argilla shot, turned aside, rebound, poked just wide. A strong defensive play, attempted clear, puck doesn't come out of the zone, and Argilla looking for it that time. Puck leaves the zone, and it's a 1-1 game. Kaylee Chaco with the game-tying goal here in the second stanza. Came after a flurry of chances for the Chiefs, good number of which came on the power play. But right now, Torrey moving it over to Jacobs. Knights looking to answer back. Coming in, forehand, backhand, forehand, can't finish the job. A beautiful play, but EI winds up getting the clear, and DeRosa has to carry it to safety. Moves it on ahead, and D Jacobs recovers to Frank. Under pressure from Barton. Pulls away. DeRosa. Pass off the wall. It ends up with EI. Unverzat just firing that down. It'll be icing. Honeyman in the dot. Knights win it forward. Ragusa trying to get the clear. Foray can't get it. Honigman to Kovacs. Across. Shot. Save. O'Shea. Rebound comes free. First clearing attempt won't go. The second one does. The Knights have to try and get it back in his zone. They do, but now they're on the forecheck. O'Shea handing it off for Stavropoulos. Moves it D to D again. Puck comes to Honigman. Trying to send it towards the front. It's redirected. Abrams back towards the slot. Comes out towards the point. DeRosa rescues it initially. Foray handing it off for Horodisky. Honigman on the back check. Stick lifted. Horodisky gets it back. Tried to drop it off for Ragusa. Knights trying to tie up here. Honigman picks it up. Dishes it cross ice. Deflected. Kovacs trying to break through. A poke check. Breaks up the play. Ryan Ragusa looking towards center. Foray taps it on for Horodisky. Knights regrouping. Puck left the zone as soon as it entered, but an errant pass. Kovacs on the forecheck. O'Shea coming out to play it. Off the stick of Ragusa towards center. Went off to Rosa. Ebley will pick it up from Murray. Stretch pass to Pascal. Knights enter. Poke check from Galar, keeping the aforementioned Knights center to the outside. Mezza-Salma on the forecheck, looking for a clear. They send it all the way down. It's on net, so Murray has to come out and play that one. Leaves it for DeRosa. Resinello on the forecheck. Pass up the wall, near side. Pascal poking it up but not out. Witcher held it in the first attempt. Second attempt, they get it out. Emmett Galar collects. Witcher got it right back from him and moves it to the weak side. Stavropoulos to Walsh has been chipped in. Knights trying to fire that one up the wall. Goes off the stick of Witcher. But a turnover forced by Pascal. KPC pressing. Sent towards the front, can't connect on a pass. Puck comes up, out of the zone, and now EI has numbers if they hurry. Resinello racing ahead, has Walsh on the back door. Shot off the stick of Murray, popped out in front, just outside the funnel. Comes to Walsh again in front, shot, turned aside by Murray. Looking for a clear, it's held in. Sam Penny's shot from the point, redirected off the stick. It was actually Belcastro's and ended up popping over the net. Jacobs collecting. Looking up ice, can't find an angle for a pass to Pascal, ends up carrying it, pulls up, tried to make that pass to Pascal then. He wanted him the whole time, just couldn't find him. By the time he did, EI already had identified it, and now they enter off sides. That's Walsh, the culprit, that time. Face-off is won by KPC. They're looking for a clear. It's held in by Barton initially. Bozeman collects it. Moves it across D to D. Jacobs up ice to Mika. Poked ahead. Brown batting at it. Marizito comes away with it. Trying to send it up the near side wall. Mika gets a piece of it. Bozeman supports. Brown with him. 3 KPC forecheckers along the wall. And the eye gets the clear. Logan Barton has possession. Torrey tries to knock him off the puck. Barton gets back towards it, but ends up blowing a tire. Sophia Penny sends it in. EI on the forecheck, but Jacobs under pressure. Pass comes to Torrey. And now heading up ice, one-on-one. Brown against Marizito. Pulls up, curling away from pressure, sends it towards the slot. It's poked out of the zone by Sam Penny. And Torrey under pressure. Bozeman tried to give it right back. Knights can't get the zone entry. Barton now heading up ice against Jacobs. Tries to drag past him, separated from the puck. Murray poked at it, it scores! They scored! And Barton does a great job, second effort there, forcing the turnover, and we're going to see how this one goes in because it's a bit of an odd play. Jacobs gets physical there, not afraid to do that, and 2 sticks collide, and I don't actually think, I'm not actually sure anybody on EI touched that. I think that was an own goal. That's a tough break. Goal is credited to Logan Barton, and yeah, that's not. what you want if you're KPC. They put it off the outside of the bar. That was Jack Frank trying to send it towards the front now, but a tough break for KPC. They now trail by 1 in a game where they arguably have been in control for the majority of it. Logan Barton, that's one way to open the postseason for him, and he's credited with the goal, and just like that, that's the difference maker currently. Jack Frank can't collect that one. Went off the backhand. Jack Connors trying to sachet it on for Schmollenberger, who ties up Ebley. Coco spinning away from pressure, looking ahead. Shielding, taken down by Chaco. And the puck is sent back in. Unverzant has it. Sent up the wall, out of the zone, and that's going to be icing. Two goals in the second period for EI. One of them just created by Logan Barton getting to work on the forecheck, and now Ryan Honigman against Tierney Resinella, boxed out, sent it towards the front, pops out towards top of the zone. Honigman holding it in with help from Jacobs. Now looking to pull up, fires a shot that goes off the boot of Galar, and Kovacs battling for it. Galar poking it up but not out. Abrams to Torrey, shot, gloved by O'Shea. 4:14 remaining in the period. It's a one-goal game. Chiefs won the draw. Resinello collecting, moving it on for Walsh. Kicked it to his stick. Fires off the blocker. Murray Witchert sends it towards the front. Pops out. Resinello sends it again. Loose. Ends up being stopped and now steered towards the corners along the wall. We get a whistle here. That is off. 3:51 remaining. Face off. 1 to Jacobs. Chipping it off the boards. Abrams against Walsh. Comes out to the point. It's held in initially by Marazito. Torrey muscling his way by Witchert, who recovered. Tried to send it down the ice. Ended up ricocheting off the skate of a forechecking KPC player. Now Abrams has it. Poked away. Resinello. Torrey racing back, trying to keep him to the outside. Does. Kovacs poking it out of the zone. Abrams picking it up. Ladling it in to EI territory, and it's an icing. 3:12 remaining. Face off is one back to Unverzant, under pressure. Belcastro blocks a shot, trying to headman Mezzasalma. That one goes all the way down, it's icing. Just too much on that one. And Mezzasalma's a fast player. He's not gonna get that one. KPC has a little more touch on it next time around. Well, that has the potential for them to maybe tie this game up, and that's the position they're in right now. Doesn't matter if you tilt the ice in your favor for the first 15 minutes, even the first half of the second period. It's how you respond after tying it, after giving up the game-tying goal, and then just a bad luck play. But right now, it's been all EI since that second goal. Belcastro chipping it up and out. Mezzasalma can't get to it. Not enough on it that time. KPC looking for the Goldilocks zone, so to speak. And Connors slipping by Ebley, coming in, shot over the net. Ragusa collects it off the end boards. It's sent back beneath the goal line, and EI looking to reset. Comes out to Umverzant. As the Salma pressuring, Jack Connors has it. DeRosa forcing a turnover, sends it up the wall. Belcastro can't get to it. EI sends it towards the front. Murray's just going to cover it. Ends up leaving it for DeRosa. Tried to make a stretch pass there, just no way to get that one through Barton. And now Knight's looking for another clear. Still can't get it. Resinello forcing a turnover. Knight's trying to stretch the ice instead. EI shot on net. Barton battling for it in front. Kovacs sends it up. Goes off the glass. Mezzasalma in a race for it against Stavropoulos. Pass towards the front. Goes off Pascal. It was behind him. Resinello collects it off the pass from Ragusa. Witcher now has it after receiving the outlet pass. And Knight's now looking for a clear. Walsh has it. Bozeman takes it away, but carried it into his own zone. Battling for it now. Walsh on the forecheck. Bozeman off the wall. Puck leaves the zone, but EI forcing a turnover. Tyler Witchert handing it off. Stavropoulos. Outlet pass is deflected. DeRosa moving it on ahead, but Knights on the forecheck. They force a turnover. They just can't settle it though, and pass comes to Resinello. EI has numbers if they hurry, but Torrey comes off the bench to change that. Resinello fires off the pipe and out. Might have actually hit the bar. Witcher's shot redirected, comes out, sent towards the front, ends up skipping just wide, and play will continue. EI in front, shot turned aside by Murray. A big stop for the KPC netminder, a potentially game-altering one. And for those of you wondering what the score of the Sachem versus St. Anthony's game, wondering how that one's going, well, Sachem currently leading 6-3. They're in the third period. EI shot from Witcher turned aside by Murray again. 29.3 seconds remaining, and the deja vu all over again. Face off in the right wing dot of the KPC zone. EI on the attack. Walsh collecting the puck off the draw, sending it towards the slot. Resinello shot off the bar, out, loose. Both teams battling for it. Driving it out into the corner, but neither team has possession. Witchert looking towards the front. Pass comes all the way across. Torrey trying to poke it ahead. Can't get past Galar. Resinello to Walsh. Walsh to the front. Witchert can't get the shot off. Tied up by Brown. Torrey poking it ahead. Doesn't get it out of the zone, but the period will expire. KPC escapes, trailing by 1. You're watching Wednesday Night Hockey on the Long Island Sports Network. Your home for all Suffolk County High School Hockey League action. It's the quarterfinals in the junior varsity division. East Islip leading KPC 2-1 after trailing 1-0 after the first 15 minutes. And it's difficult to have an own goal. It's a lot to overcome, and you don't want to let it overshadow the rest of your games. And it's easy for us to say that now. It's easy for us to say that in the booth, and it's easy for those of us with experience maybe put one of those in on themselves back in the day. Say it now, but you can't let that distract from your game. And if you're KPC, you got to get back to what you're doing in the first period. You got to get to work in the board, along the boards, in the corners, get to work on the cycle, maintain possession, because when they do that, well, the first 15 minutes, they tilted the ice in their favor. Player to watch this period. on either side. James Walsh has been around it all night, and Tierney Rasinello has been really good as well, but for whatever reason, I feel like Walsh is definitely going to be the player on EI. If you're looking for that elusive third goal, well, he just might be the one who pots it. On the other side, it's got to be Jack Frank right now. EI's in good. KPC's best opportunities, they're coming from Frank. They're going to have to find ways to free him in transition. Face off at center. Coco tried to win it back. Wichard racing ahead, breaking up the play. Jacobs gloving it down. We get a whistle here. He's some discomfort shaking his hand off, and looks like there's also a penalty on the play. Klein, the official, gesturing for a call. We're going to see who that's going against. My apologies, typically not ever my intention to name an official. Obviously, there's no game without them, and as the draw is tied up, Ebley on top of it. Coco comes away with it for KPC. Pushing to the outside, Galar tries to keep him there. Shot turned aside, and O'Shea made the stop. Let it loose. Frank called for tripping on that last one, and Marizito moving it on for Barton. Ends up in the corner for Walsh, and Ebley pressuring. Puts it off the wall. EI has possession, looking to send it towards front. Turnover force. Walsh scores! And in the end, it's James Walsh who finds the back of the net, the elusive third goal for EI. And, well, Logan Barton getting to work in the corner. Backhands that one over to Walsh, and Walsh makes no mistake. Finds the back of the net, it's 3-1. .12 remaining. A power play goal gives EI their third unanswered, and as Jack Frank enters, slips by, shot, turned aside, and we get a whistle here. Logan Barton picking up the lone assist on that last one, and great play by him. And James Walsh finding the back of the net for EI. Face-off ends up being controlled by the Chiefs. Penny gets it out of the zone. Frank on the back check with the takeaway. Flips it over to Torrey. Tried to headman it, couldn't. Play is broken up. Frank now resets, drops it off for Jacobs. KPC blue liner looking up ice, finds Frank, gets tied up with Coco, hands it back off to Frank. Stutter step, pulls up, looking for a shot, can't find it. Curling away from pressure, walking in towards center, slips by one defender, but Galar picks up the loose change, and Rasinello pushing the pace. Saccone has it on the back door after initial play is broken up. Comes out towards neutral. Honigman breaking free. Tied up by Marizito. EI has possession. Galar to Marizito. Sent back into the zone. And Jacobs stretch pass to Abrams. Enters. Shot. Gloved by O'Shea. And we get a stoppage here with 12:43 remaining. Face-off is won by EI. Stavropoulos reversing to the weak side. Chaco looking for a clear. Honeyman holds it in. Brady Ebley carrying it towards center, poked away. Sam Penny looking to guide it towards the wall. Clearing attempt is deflected out of the zone. Connors that time. DeRosa, the weak side, ends up entering. Kovacs had it. Honigman shot off the stick of O'Shea and sent towards the front again. EI looking to push this one out of the zone. One-handed ahead. Skating into it, it's Connors. Wants to move it back to Schmolenberg, who's crashing the net. Shot off the pad of Murray and out. And both teams battling for it. Ends up in the corner. Chaco. Rosa collects, forcing the turnover that time. Looking ahead. Pass intended for Abrams. Ends up being broken up. Got it back. Honeyman holding it in. Tied up beneath the goal line. Sam Penny trying to send that to weak side wall. Mezzasalma collects, cutting towards center. Pulls up, walking back in, shot, turned aside, collects the rebound, wants the wraparound, kept to the outside. Mezzasalma, shot, kicked out, loose, rebound, turned aside, sent towards the front again. O'Shea coming out, covers it. A big sequence for Patrick O'Shea, and we get a whistle here. Just a big play there, and .11:13 remaining. Face off. Kicked back by Pascal, but EI pouncing on the loose puck, and that's been the story of a lot of these draws. EI has been able to dominate possession because they've been winning them. They've been winning the races to the pucks. And now, as Marizito collects a neutral after a botched clearing attempt, KPC looking to reset, and Mezzasalma had it. Walsh heading up ice after it's poked away from KPC by Witchard, who nearly gets it back in the slot. Umberzat holding it at the line, walking in, shot ends up going wide, and EI still pressing. Umberzat sends it towards the front. It's kicked out. It's loose. Poked out of the zone. Peter Marizito with it. Under pressure. Pass to the weak side. Jacobs can't get to it. Walsh racing after it, trying to force his way past the Knights defender. Can't. Both teams battling for it. KPC comes away with it, but that pass was redirected. Jacobs has to recover. Walsh on the forecheck, and he's been all around it here tonight. Pass reverse to the weak side. Torrey collects. Poked away. Resinello coming in. One-on-one with Jacobs. Drags. Backhand save. Murray. Face off. Ends up being controlled by a KPC. They get the clear. Galar moved it ahead for Horodisky, and now Bozeman off the wall. Knights looking up ice, trying to get the clear. Gusa sends it back in. Foray after it. DeRosa up the glass. Bozeman settles it. Poke towards center. Ebley sends it up but not out. It's held in by Stavropoulos. Bozeman nearly gets the clear, but friendly fire collision with Mika. Takes away that opportunity. Now a lead pass up the wall. Brown trying to chip past Galar. No such luck. Steps into one. Off the end boards. Bozeman sends it all the way down. That's going to be icing. Face off. One back by EI. Shot turned aside. Rebound. Barton. Turned aside by Murray, trying to stuff that one short side. Can't. KPC heading up ice. Pass comes to Frank. Separated from the puck, Stavropoulos trying to head Manic. Coco forcing a turnover, coming in, shot off the blocker into the netting. We get a whistle here, 8:25 remaining. Clock winding down, time running out for KPC to force a comeback. Face-off is won by EI, they get the clear. Corey Jacobs looking, D to D, Torrey has it, flips it ahead, Coco fires it in. Ends up in the corner with Peter Marazino. Jack Frank on the forecheck, trying to force a turnover. Both players battling for it. Knights Coco comes away with it. Looking towards the front. Pass ends up being deflected. Puck comes out of the zone and Jacobs recollects. Marazito keeping the outside. Jacobs backhand shot, save. Rebound is loose. O'Shea with another key stop, and it's pitched all the way down. It rolls to the line, and that's icing. Face-off is tied up. EI winning the battle to the puck. Puck is sent towards the front. Honeyman knocks it down. Shot towards the net is redirected, and KPC has possession, sent towards the front again. Comes out to the point. Ebley sending it towards the front. Set back in. Honeyman now on the forecheck against Umverzot. Turnover force. Abrams can't make the lead pass. Play is broken up. Connors has it. Kovacs pokes it free. Abrams second effort. Third effort. KPC enters offsides. Honeyman checks up. Has to get back to work. Stavropoulos has it. Off the wall, and play is broken up. Backhand pass ahead. Shot off angle. Turned aside by O'Shea. Looking for the rebound. They can't get it on net. Ebley at the line. Shot. Redirected. Ends up skipping wide. Picked up in the corner. Honeyman against Umverzot. Kicks it to his stick. On the backhand, towards the front, shot. Redirected, it's loose in front. O'Shea gets the cover. .6:29 remaining. Mezzasalma in the dot, and EI looking for a clear. Knights trying to hold in. They can't. Witchert heading up ice. 2-on-1. Pass to Walsh. Shot is blocked, and Russinello recollects to Walsh. Towards Witchert. It's broken up. Mezzasalma pushing up ice, trying to slip through. Pascal carrying it ahead. Taken down by Galar, and Mezzasalma knocked away from the puck by Witchert. And Russinello now enters. Witchert gets it. Shot on net. Turned aside. Marazito collects at the line, and Galar holding it in. Sent towards the front again. Kicked out again. Belcastro up the wall, but not out of the zone. And now puck. Jacobs looking for Mezzasalma, sends it the length of the ice. We get a whistle for icing. 5:24 remaining. Time running out for KPC to make a comeback. Bozeman in the dot versus Resinella. Face-off is one back. Knights looking for a clear. They won't get it. DeRosa battling for it. EI still has control. Sent towards the net, ends up in the right wing corner. Unverzat towards the front. Ebley breaking it up. Pitched up but not out of the zone. Stavropoulos holding it in. DeRosa opposite side now after it was whipped around the wall. Attempted clear. Resinello gloves it down. Cutting in. Backhanded across. Handed off. Wichert shot. Saved Murray. Rebound is covered. We get a whistle. Face-off is one forward. Jack Frank racing after it, picking up speed, heading up ice, pushing to the outside, circling, pulls up, trying to find an open man, goes awry, and now Jacobs collects. Looking ahead for Coco. To Argilla. Poked off his stick. Frank enters. Stutter step. To the outside of Barton. Taken down. Drop pass to Coco. Looking for a clear. It's held in initially. Second effort. Knights force a change of possession. EI gets it right back. Sends it down. Ragusa on the forecheck. Jacobs with control beneath his own net. Escape turn away from pressure. And Knights looking up ice. Drew Argilla with it. Sends it on net. O'Shea just gobbles that one up. 3:51 now remaining in the period. Face off. Shot towards the net. From the point was blocked. Looking to settle it. EI under pressure. Knights trying to get to work on the cycle. Stavropoulos making life difficult for them, forcing a turnover. Now a chance for Logan Barton coming in. The outside of Ebley. Shot. Punched out in the slot. It's loose. Free. Connors poking it ahead. Comes back to Barton. Shot. Turned aside. Logan Barton's going to recollect that one. Sends it towards the front. It's deflected. KPC pushing up ice. Honigman trying to chip it past. Stavropoulos shot on net. It's up, ricocheting off the netminder. Kovacs pressuring. KPC holding it in at the line. Honigman backhand towards the front. Ends up careening off the end boards. EI sends it up, but not out of the zone. It's held in by DeRosa. It's do or die for the Knights. They trail by 2. Honigman with possession. Murray inching out of his crease, waiting for the call to the bench. As the KPC center cuts towards center, separated from the puck. Rescued, shot on net, turned aside. O'Shea throws it up the wall. It comes out towards Barton. Ragusa races after it, but the puck leaves his zone. DeRosa has it. 2:33 remaining in the period. Knights looking to press up ice. DeRosa pulls up again, throwing on the brakes as the Knights complete a change. Racing off the bench, it's Pascal. Chipping it in past Stavropoulos. O'Shea throws it back up the boards. It slips past Ebley. Racing after it now, it's Wichert. EI forward, pushing it up ice. Moves it to Walsh. Fires over the net. Collected on the other side. Resinello off the half wall. Towards the slot. Pass is deflected. Abrams tied up. Sends it up. And out. Marizito with possession. Chips it back in. Ebley recollects. 1:53 remaining in the period. Pass off the wall to Mezzasalma. Knights looking to find the back of that. They haven't been able to do so since the first period. Racing in, it's Mezzasalma, and it's offsides. And a timeout by KPC. We'll be right back in one moment. It's just like stop complaining. And right now, KPC having called their timeout, Jackson Murray heading back to his crease, and he seems like he's going to be waiting for this face-off. Knights have to win it. Pascal, Frank, and Mezasalma up front. It's one forward by Pascal, but puck leaves his own. EI has to recollect, and they're going to pull their netminder now as EI under pressure. Murray heading to the bench as O'Shea sends it up the wall, comes out to the point. Jacob's shot redirected over the net. Racing after it, it's loose. Ebley has it, comes to Resinello, pitches it out of the zone. Barton fires it down, goes wide of the net, but with 1:10 remaining, we get a whistle. Call going against Mezasalma with a minute remaining. Just over a minute, my mistake. And that might means Murray has to head back out. It means EI is heading to the power play. A call for slashing against Mezasalma. It's the fourth penalty of the game. Going against KPC. There's been 5 minors total, so a tough break for KPC here. Obviously, EI's done a great job drawing penalties, but now Connor Coco heading up ice. Takes a whack from Marizito, keeps skating, pushing the pace, taken down. Frank collects it, comes out to the point. Ebley trying to escape, poked away by Galar. Puck comes all the way down, and it's icing. KPC is going to keep their netminder in between the pipes, so play remains at 4-on-5. Jack Frank trying to win it forward, comes to Coco, sent towards the front, can't get to it. Puck leaves the zone. Barton racing after it. Ebley takes away the angle, can't reset. Murray still inching towards the bench. He won't get the call though. Jacobs poked off his stick. Barton coming in on a breakaway. Shot, save, rebound is free. Murray with the stop, and 1:16 remaining on this power play. 23.2 in the period, and just a heartbreaking way to go out if you're KPC. You kill off 3 of 4 minor penalties. You have a bad luck on an own goal, and Coco trying to slip through. O'Shea ends up colliding after coming out of his crease, and there's no penalty there because he came out of his crease. He's not in the protected area, and as Marizito shields it from Frank, pokes it free. That's it. That's all. That's over. The final score, 0 seconds remaining. 3-1 in favor of VI, and you've been watching Suffolk County High School Hockey League JV playoff action on the Long Island Sports Network. Final score between EI and KPC. EI advances, winning 3-1. All of the top 4 seeds have advanced past the quarterfinals, so no upsets this year. Not even a 5 versus a 4, so we'll have our coverage of tonight's games heading your way soon, but for now, we're going to sign off, say goodnight Hope you all enjoyed our coverage. It's been an absolute pleasure this season for those of you that we won't be seeing back here, and a lot of bright futures in this game. So good night, everyone.